So recently we've been to the Japanese Film Festival, the JFF, and we covered a lot of films, so we thought we'd cover two more that we've seen.
Yes.
So the first one was The Devil's Path, which follows the story of, was it Fuji?
I think it was like Fuji, I think his name was.
Yeah.
He was a journalist in and around, I think it was in Tokyo or
Yeah,
Kyoto.
yeah.
And he gets a letter from a death row inmate
Yes.
called Junji. And he starts confessing to all these rather heinous crimes. And the reason that the journalist gets involved is because the guy who's actually the mastermind of these heinous crimes is walking around scot-free.
Yeah. So the whole idea is they follow back these murders. They follow all of these little clues that he gives and all these things he remembers and rah rah rah. So it kind of it goes how you would expect it to. Like it follows. It is one of those based on a true story kind of deals. Like every Japanese movie, it goes for 2 hours.
It does, and there's a lot of like kind of little harrowing stories. So the actual crimes themselves are done rather brutally, and they are demonstrated in the film
because it's Japan and they have no qualms about that.
And then there's also this kind of home violence going on at the same time.
Yeah, and just the way it cuts from like present day to the flashbacks, honestly it's a little bit disconcerting because it should have been done in a block.
Well, they did. They somehow put all the flashbacks in the middle, which was really weird, and it was hard to tell time skips.
Yeah, so it was weird.
It was interesting and quite harrowing, but very oddly put together.
Yes, but it was still definitely an interesting film to see. And,
Absolutely.
No, it was worth the time. The other one, and I'm surprised that you came out of this not a blubbering mess.
And so was I have to say this. This is A Boy Called H, which is a light-hearted, yet of course, because it's Japanese, not very light-hearted movie about a really young boy called H as he went through World War II. Now, I have to say, I went into this very afraid that it was going to turn
Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah. His younger sister is a spitting image of the girl.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and look, the movie was nice, somewhat light-hearted. The ending was interesting because it actually demonstrated how Japan kind of became very modernized very quickly, but it was very odd. I don't know. Again, it was a great story of how a young boy kind of lives through the wars and how life still goes on. But it was a little bit odd. The ending really stuck out to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. These were perhaps not the strongest films at the festival.
No.
But that said, they were definitely a good use of your 2+ hours. Because,
Yes.
Again.
And very beautiful films as well.